BA final year. It is in the continuation and the final scene, the last act. It formulates the functionaries with fine facts in the form of bondings first, and yes, of course, full fun, mirth, and laughter we have. Now it unfolds the reason behind the addition of Act 5 after the play, reaches the climax and famous celebrated trial scene. All the riddles are solved over there. Do you remember? Now, what is the need to add Act 5? Yes, it is marked by Shakespeare's commendable plot structure. So, another important issue that we would discuss today. Now, the middle point of Act 5 and trial scene. What is it? So, let us commence with two simple questions. Which is the smallest scene in this famous romantic comedy? First, and which is the act in which there is only one scene? Now, the answer to first question is Act 4, Scene 2. And it is the middle point, okay, between trial scene and the final scene. And the answer to the second question, Act 5 is as good as final scene. Only one scene is there. Now, when we talk about Act 4, Scene 2, see, it is prefatory to Act 5. So rather than saying that it is, say, the scene second of Act 4, we can also say, see here, very important, I would like to highlight very important point, and students at this level, you must be keen to learn new words. See, this is word power. Try to grasp different words and feed in your memory, in your mind, so that when you write an examination also for your personal enrichment. See, unless and until you know new words, how would you express effectively? Now, in this context, when we talk about both Act 5 and see, this is just, smallest scene, Act 4, Scene 2, in which we have a lot of wit and humor. At this juncture, it is a must to know that it serves as prefatory. Now, what is the meaning of word prefatory? I mean, all these words, almost, similar kind of meaning. Now, the crux is that it serves as an introduction to Act 5. So this is the only point I would like to highlight. And it can be preliminary, it can be prelude or prologue, or at the same time prefatory. Now, your concept should be clear about these words, and you must have got the point that because this is the just 22 lines and very interesting scene. See, this is what exactly in Shakespearean drama, that sometimes a small scene, it gives an everlasting impact on the human psyche or the mindset of readers and audience. And in this, see the expression, it can be this scene can be introduction. Now the meaning of this preliminary, it is a part which is concerned with the some kind of introduction, or comes before the main and most important part of Act 5. And also it happens before, and it's a sort of preparation for that. Now, why it is preparation for that? Now, in this context, I would like to, focus another point, that when we talk about, say, Act 4 and with just 22 lines, see, very interesting way of when, and three important points here. When we would say that this is a preliminary, we can say it is a prelude to Act 5. Now, why it is a preparation and introduction to that? What is the reason? Because see, when the play reaches the climax, the most important point and the juncture in which the riddles in Bond story and casket story, they are solved almost, and a lot of suspense and mystery in that. And then at the same time, it also justifies the brilliance of Portia, how, and credit goes to her, with her genius and with her generosity and balance of mind, she solves the problem. And see, the life of Antonio, it was saved. So this is the point here. And but now, particular in this scene, three important points. First, Portia, and they are both of them. Nerissa as a clerk, still she is in disguise, Portia, and both of them rather, Nerissa as a clerk, and she is Dr. Balthazar, and a street standing there, and they are talking three important issues in this the smallest scene of 22 lines. First, she is talking about Shylock's house. Now, what is the reason behind it? Because she is having that legal document. Do you remember that? As in trial scene, and it has to be signed by Shylock about the property, which is confiscated, and half is confiscated by the state, and all that we have already discussed in much detail. But here another important issues are to be discussed. So first it is the and now second, when we talk about a lot of fun, mirth and laughter as in this famous romantic comedy, here is the point that see, dramatic impact, it is designed for a stage performance. And when both of them, they are almost towards their native place, Belmont, and metaphorically Belmont here, it's a place of union, and see, get together among all the characters, and see the bondings, and all this we have symbolical and metaphorical impact over there. So here, say, as soon as Gratiano enters, and he runs after, see the dramatic impact, runs after Portia, and he's so eager to give that ring. And here is the dramatic significance of ring episode. It creates hilarious impact when Portia, she insisted on taking that. And here irony of situation, because she is in disguise, and Gratiano, Bassanio, and the other character Antonio, they don't recognize her. So this is, see, the gifting of ring is very, very important. Nerissa also, she also takes the ring from her husband, but Gratiano, he does not. So this is the second important point, that ring, she has been gifted this ring. And third important point is that they are in very hurry to reach Belmont now. Students, do you know what is the reason that Portia and Nerissa, they are in very hurry? Because at that time they are in disguise, and they want to rush to Belmont so that they can welcome Bassanio and Antonio. So these three important points. And yes, of course, it is preliminary, it is prelude to Act 5. So students, from that point of view, it is very, very significant. So you must remember this point, that the meaning of prelude and preliminary in this context, because this sometimes you may not have certain important points in reference books. And see, you should always have creative bent of mind. You think something very creatively, so something, when you read it, it is not that some other people they have said. What do you think? And what kind of different ideas when you read it? So it is very interesting manner in which we can study this celebrated romantic comedy. Now when we talk about Act 5, Yes, and in examination you maybe put up some questions on scenes. Now, what kind of questions at this level, at this juncture, you must have idea about the important questions. Questions can be asked on characters, on say theme, and of course plot construction. But you can be put up on now, what is the dramatic significance of final scene? It is act 5, or it is also called final scene. Now again, it is important from the point of view of Lorenzo Jessica episode. So this final scene, and you must always remember that it is called romantic comedy. Now this is also another important question, why it is called romantic comedy. And earlier also I discussed this, because we have reflection of Shakespeare's theatrical and dramatic skills, in which we have unity of action. Now, when we talk about this famous moonlit scene, it is called moonlight scene. And see the amorous discussion between these lovers, Lorenzo and Jessica. So first of all, this kind of bondings, affinity, and intimacy between the two, and dramatic significance of this also, because they are in a way connecting link between these two stories. Lorenzo is very close friend to Bassanio and Antonio, and Jessica, she's daughter to Shylock. I mean, it must be clear to you now, and your concept should be absolutely clear about this. Now, the point is that, see, here also some dialogues are very important, and when we talk about moonlit scene, it also, it is marked by Shakespeare's love for nature, and it is reminiscent of say As You Like It, when Shakespeare, he throws light on the significance of Forest of Arden, and his passion for nature, in which trees, they give you lesson, and brooks are books. Likewise here also, such a tremendous impact of moonlight on the human psyche. And this is exactly amorous discussion between the two, when see Lorenzo, he talks such night. Now point wise here we will discuss. First of all, actually they are having discussion. Now when they talk about legendary lovers, yes, first in this legendary lovers, and it begins with the famous depiction of moonlight. What is that? It is beautiful. It is absolutely charged with beauty of moonlight, and absolutely calm and quiet atmosphere. And now another important dramatic impact of that Jessica and Lorenzo, they have been given the charge of Portia's house. So this is another important point, that see the filling the gap of the that 3 months, and that is also another point. And when then they are in such a night, see that here underline several times, they now idea underlines this repetition, they laying emphasis on the fascinating, or say very very beautiful impact of night. Now what kind of discussion they have? Lorenzo talks of the lovers Troilus and Cressida. Okay, so first Troilus and Cressida, and they recall these legendary lovers. And Jessica also, she recalls Dido and Aeneas, and how bidding farewell to Aeneas. So this is the point in which they very passionate amorous mood. And then we come to know about the significant point in which how there is the conversation takes place. And as soon as they were having this kind of discussion on Moonlight. See, here in the first, you can simpler way and very effective way of studying Act 5. See the point in which earlier also we discussed. So the point in which we have romantic setting. First point, Lorenzo, Jessica. Now, and then we have significance of, Portia and Nerissa's arrival, because Jessica and Lorenzo, they were given the charge of the house. So here, second important point is that see here, enter messenger. He arrives and about the announcement about the this arrival. I mean, they are about to reach Nerissa and Portia. So this is another important development, and we come to know that Portia. Now see the line. It's very very important, in which Stefano he talks about the significance of, yes, Portia and Nerissa's arrival. So the messenger, see, even the role of messenger in Shakespearean drama, it is very important. And another messenger, Lancelot, he is having information about Bassanio and Antonio's arrival. So even these minor characters, they are also important when they because particularly Stefano's announcement is important, because we come to know about this information that he would bring a holy hermit, because this marriage ceremony, this will be organized. So this is another important development and very interesting way of this in which we have romantic setting. And then now this information, why it is important, because all the characters, now they are going to have important discussion and interaction, and especially the quarrel about ring, and it creates hilarious impact when we come to know that she's inquisitive, Portia, and irony of situation, because Portia, she knows very well Antonio, the identity of Antonio and Bassanio. Still, the way Bassanio introduces her that she's Portia, it's also very interesting, dramatic impact. And then third important point is that, yes, importance of music. And in Shakespearean romantic comedy, we have significance of music. Now why it isn't? Because you see, it implies some tuning and rhythm, melody, and which is really an integral part of human life. Music, it becomes the pivotal and very integral part of human life. And in order to have harmony, as in the last discussion, so the focus is on the harmonious relationship among and strengthening human relations. So this is third significant point in this last scene. And see this, we have famous quotable lines in which music, see the significance. See here utterance of Lorenzo is very very important when he talks about music for the time that change. And then you see it touch, see the magical impact of music. It even draws, we have personification of trees and stones and floods, even the mind and heart of trees, they are moved by it. So personification. And see, if the person again in very ironically here, Lorenzo, his utterance when he says, if you have music in your life, then your life is significant, justification of your life. See the heights of the Shakespeare's passion for music. If you have, see this substantial force in your life. What is the substantial force in life? Yes, love for music. Then life Just the justification of life is justified. And if you see the here in this line, in from the explanation point of view, also in examination, such explanation point of view, when see if the he has also pointed in a very humorous way. If you see the people, if they don't have this substantial issue in their, or substantial force in their life, then their life is useless and they become treacherous, they become cruel. So the it is integrated, the music is integrated with our life. And why? Because in life we must have tuning, rhythm, melody of human relations. We have colors of hope, expectations. We have hues of love. We have, in a way, kinesthetic and kaleidoscopic impact of, yes, human relations. And this is exactly the purpose of stage performance in this famous romantic comedy. So we will continue this act. Thank you.